So today we're talking about Section 41 schools. What are they? Because if you're not somebody like myself who works in this day in, day out, then you come into it and you think, and everybody starts talking about Section 38 schools, Section 41 schools, and you're like, what? What does that mean? So let's have a look at what a Section 41 school, what it actually means. So what is a Section 41 school? So a Section 41 schools are independent schools and specialist post-16 institutes that have met a set of criteria and approved by the Secretary of State. They're called Section 41 schools because it is under the Children's and Families Act of Section 41 where it sets out the criteria. That's been approved by the Secretary of State, and then once they get approved they become a Section 41 school. So how does a school get on the Section 41 list? An independent specialist and specialist post-16 placement must meet a criteria that's set out in the Centre for Education Needs and Disability Regulation 2014. So the criteria itself is actually set out under the the Special Educational Needs and Disability Regulations 2014. And then once they have ticked all the boxes and they apply for it, and there's a set timing on the government website, I think it's between May and June or May and July, something like that, where they can apply to be added to it. At the same time, they also have to be apply to be removed from the list as well, and they have to meet a set criteria to be removed from that list as well. So what does having the Section 41 status mean for parents? So to us, what is that status all about? So if a school or specialist post-16 placement is on the Section 41 list as approved, then this means that the tribunal in LA can direct the school to take a young person by naming the placement in Section I. So it gives you a bit more of a easier way to get it named, because when it comes to non-Section 41's schools, independent schools that are not under the Section 41 list and are not under Section 38, which we'll discuss later on, or independent schools, private schools, the thing is if a school falls under that, you need an offer of placement before anybody can consider naming it in a plan. So the LA can't name it without that offer of placement, and the tribunal can't name it without that offer of placement. Now if you get an offer of placement and the LA refuse but the tribunal can still then name it, that's fine. Usually when you're going through the tribunal process, if you are looking at naming a non-Section 41 school, the tribunal will send you a proof of placement form, POP form as it's known, and then you have to get that signed, and basically that is that school stating that they're offering a placement for that child, and then it'll also state on it for how long that placement will be open.